Another interesting wrinkle in this is, of course, technology, because I saw Dwayne Kelderman give his address to Neeland on YouTube. And I haven't gotten a chance to check out Eastern, but I know that I bet you if you look at the analytics, maybe they had 30, 40 people usually on a Sunday morning. This Sunday morning, you had a few hundred. So, but even that, I remind people that, you see 10,000 views on a synod live stream. Denomination is 250,000 people, and a bunch of those 10,000 are repeats. They check in later. That's all more clicks. So you've only got a few hundred, or at best a few thousand people who are actually watching this carefully. Almost everyone else is just local church members, just caring about all the stuff that's happening in their local church. But technology sort of, Rod, you talked a little bit about, outside influences. I mean, do I have more influence than Abide or Hesed? Maybe not Abide, maybe all one body. And so the body is now via technology, it's different too. So how has technology changed us, and where does that go with this?
I don't know. I can't get the stupid 23-year-old pastor intern to respond to my texts. So so I can't solve the problem. No, we live in an era where there are more ways to communicate and less communication happens than maybe ever in the history, right? Like, we don't actually communicate. We take stands and we take positions and we have a drum beat. And some of us are more popular, Paul, and less popular, Rod. It's just that's true stuff, right? Like, you just
oh, come on. You got a banner. You got a banner column, Rod.
Not a column.
You should have a column.
Just an occasional story. That's made the huge difference, right? It's how we talk now. It's how we engage. And even this forum where we can actually sort of do face-to-face, there's a whole lot of stuff I'm missing, right? Because when we're together in a room, there's smell, there's taste, there's body language, there's all this stuff that I'm a hypersensitive. So I come up, like, when I'm in our little small groups, I come alive because I see all the stuff. When I'm on Zoom, I'm lost, because I miss out, and all I'm hearing is talking heads, and that's not the same. And so touch, hugging, all, just conversations are very different when they're in person, and we've lost that. The church is losing that, and I fight all the time to say, no, you can't get the same experience watching The Village on YouTube as you can if you come and actually smell the food cooking in the other room, right? Like, it's not, it's different. And so I can bemoan that or just acknowledge it's real and keep going on.
In watching synod coverage, the difference between being there and there was a vote taken at one point. The affirming side had lost, the ayes had taken it, and then they respond, who's opposed? It was heartbreaking to hear them in the room at the moment. It was heartbreaking. I didn't, it wasn't but it was, you could feel their pain. You could feel the suffering. It was tangible. And you watch YouTube and there's nothing. And so the same thing is what we're saying, to see these small screens, Rod, you're out there and you're not even an inch tall on my screen.
Right.
And you're 15, or, you're 24 inches away from where I'm sitting. So, I mean, it's really small, but yet, I could see I could get a sense you struggled at a couple points today in this conversation with the suffering in your own life from these actions and what has taken place, as you probably got from me as well. But you have to look close in this media to see that pain, to see that person weeping for those around them, and for what's taken place. But it's real, and yeah, if you're not in the room, you can't get there.
You live in Tinseltown, Rick.
Well, I think, definitely it is easier to, to marshal a following, or to attract kind of like-minded people. You kind of find each other as you comment, or as you sign up for things, or you kind of identify who's thinking like you. And, so yeah, the means of learning about things and aligning into groups, it happens much easier, I think.
The division, you're right. It's all about pain and struggle and suffering. I always say that the biggest fight we ever had at the village was between the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers. Like, nobody cares about gay marriage, but everybody cared about vaccinations, and literally people come into blows in the parking lot.
Not even COVID vaccination.
Right. No, this was just regular old vac. And when I brought it to the attention of the powers that be in the denomination, they said, that's a thing. And yeah, it sure is. Out here in the hinterlands, it was. So I think that it's easy to just, what's going to separate us? We can concentrate on all that. How do we fight to be together? How do we fight to stay in relationship? How do we do everything in our power to walk together? Yeah, that's my passion. It's what I live for. It's why I can't stink and retire from my job. And I don't have any money, but it is like, I love just, people I disagree with, and then finding common ground, and then building on relationships. And yeah, that's the denomination I love.